They'll lynch you. But he did, and he laughs at
Good morning and welcome back to the West Ham Network. We have so much to get through. So today's schedule is a transfer roundup this morning, followed by the Europa League conference draw, playoff draw, which will take place around 1 p.m. So we'll be back live doing that for you, giving you all the details, everything you need to know about the draw, everything you need to know about the opposition teams that West Ham could face for that draw as well. And later on, we'll be coming back with the Hammers headlines on the week of the Premier League return. Who is excited? Because I am massively excited. Now, if anyone's asking, this is why I'm wearing a cap, because I'm growing my hair out and it's ridiculous. It's doing my head in and I'm really struggling with it. But anyway, that's a whole new ball game. But there is so much news. It's relentless. It's my word of the summer, and it is relentless. So let me get on to the first topic, or I should say, roll the bad boy title. Now, it's looking more and more likely that this man, King Arthur, is going to be leaving our beloved West Ham. It looks like he's going to be heading to Besiktas on a $2 million loan-to-buy deal, as reported by several reporters out there in the wild. Now, the Congo international is on about 40 grand a week, and he has 2 years left to run on his contract. And while West Ham are currently missing out on some of our left-sided targets, as several of the deals hang in the balance, it looks like he's going to do his job this summer, David Moyes, and move on to the new season without King Arthur Masuaku. Now, the former Olympiacos man is supposedly travelled to Turkey yesterday and is due to join the Super League champions, Besiktas, and he will sign on loan with West Ham covering most of his wages. Now, again, please don't, this is just what we're finding out, and I'm bringing to you, that's the situation. But they will have a chance to tie down the Congo international to a permanent contract for a reportedly fee of around about £2 million. So, how do you feel about that? King Arthur potentially out the way, out the door. I mean, there's no ifs or buts about it. He's a very important character to have in the dressing room. He is lively. He's got good friends. He's made good friends. So I see some of the comments. It's quite funny. But he is a very popular character to have in the dressing room. So he'll be missed because he's made good friends. He's got a good balance between all of the teammates. And he's got a lot of good friends. And he's been with the club for quite a while now. So he will be missed. But in terms of on the park, over the last couple of years, a mixture of injuries and lack of confidence hasn't really been helping him. So I think it's time we're going to be saying goodbye to Masuaku. If we're going to be paying most of his wages, then so be it. But he will be probably heading out the door over the next coming days. I wouldn't be surprised if we heard about this sooner rather than later. Now, with King Arthur potentially leaving the club, West Ham are, and as we know, it's one of the worst kept secrets, is that we're looking to bring in a replacement. But is that replacement going to be Cornet or Kostic? Who is it going to be, and who would you prefer? Now, the West Ham board have apparently been told in order to get Max Cornet of Burnley over the line, we're going to have to pay about £25 million. Now, people will say to me, but he's on a £17.5 million release clause. Yes, he is, but there are clubs interested. So there is an option that they can do plus add-ons, and it looks like that potentially will be around about the fee you'll be paying for someone like Max Cornet as well, which will be about £25 million. Now, several journalists are saying that West Ham are hopeful of bringing the 25-year-old in, Burnley star, to West Ham before the start of the new season. And Cornet, who joined Burnley from Lyon in the summer of 21 for around about £13 million, has been a very big hit at Burnley Football Club. He bagged 9 goals and 2 assists in 29 games for Burnley last season. And it's been claimed that we're going to pay that £25 million because we could be about to miss out on bringing in someone like Kostic to the club. I'll talk about that in a second. So it seems to be that it's going to be the battle of Cornet or Kostic, and let's hope we can bring one or the other into the club and not we lose on these targets, especially so close to this the season starting. Now, looking at Cornet, when he was with Lyon, it was only a matter of time before the big league came calling for his services. He was a loyal servant to Lyon, amassing over 150 appearances in 6 years for the French Giants, and he decided the time was right to move on. He often played as a winger in his time in France. Later, Lyon managers have seen Cornet excel more in an attacking full-back option, replacing Lacazette when Lacazette was at Lyon in his debut as a striker. And it's an interesting one to see how Cornet moves towards playing a defensive role of sorts, still under the manager at the time, changing him to the wing-back style player. And that's really never removed. His time has never been changed from there. He's been consistently moving forward as we go along. Now, he is an Ivory Coast international, and he came onto the radar of English football fans when Lyon shocked Manchester City in the Champions League quarterfinals, playing a star role in the away leg at the Etihad. He opened the scoring from his unfavoured side, seizing the ball from Dembele. He was tackled and curling past a napping Ederson into the Manchester City net. 2 more goals would go in for Lyon in a 3-1 away success, seeing them claim a Champions League semi-final slot. So he is important to the teams that he's played for, and he did originally turn down the opportunity to join Burnley at the time, but he was announced as their big signing at the end of August back in 2021, and he was used sparingly at the start of September. He came on as a substitute against Arsenal, amongst others, and his arrival in the Premier League came really in the Leicester away match. He had 5 minutes of madness at the King Power Stadium, opening his Premier League account with an audacious volley before a booking very shortly after the goal. And then he was substituted off by Sean Dyche due to an injury at the end of the game. But thankfully, those flashes of brilliance would be more drawn out for all those concerned at Burnley. And he did then take the position and solidify his position in the first team at Burnley as well. Now, in Max Cornet, there is an exciting player there. There is. So swapping back then, League One for Premier League football with Burnley was a bold move for the Ivorian, but a move that's paid off for him personally. However, it's not paid off in terms of Burnley have been relegated and now he finds himself plying his trade in the Championship. But I think he is going to find his way into a Premier League club. There's many suitors after him: West Ham, Newcastle, just to name a few. And it's just going to be down to what he wants to do, because most of the clubs are looking like they'll pay the fee. And will he choose one or the other? I like Max Cornet because he can fill in loads of positions, and he's a raw talent, and he's 25, and he's got Premier League experience. So he does mould into a David Moyes player. What do you think? Leave your comments in the comments section. Now, the interesting thing is, and I've said it at the bottom there, is it Kostic or is it Cornet? And now, if I had to really put my hand on heart here and choose one or the other, it would be this man. It would be Kostic, 100%. And it looks like that and there still is developments in relation to this man. Now, according to reports, his agent has offered Kostic to Champions League clubs, Inter Milan and Juventus. And apparently, the rumour is, if they don't take up the option, he's ready to rock and roll and come to West Ham. Now, you may ask me, why not choose West Ham as the first club? Well, if you're a player in high demand with 1 year left in your contract, you're more than entitled to do what he is doing. Now, there's no doubts about it. His salary will double coming to West Ham, but he's not going to have Champions League football. He's going to have some form of European football, but he's not going to have Champions League football. And people are saying that we are not giving up on this Kostic deal. But like I said, he has been linked to several other clubs over the last week or so. Now, 28, 29 years old. If he doesn't sign for those clubs, it's looking likely that he may come to West Ham. And this guy, albeit doesn't fit the current model in terms of the Red Bull model, the young players, but he's in the top 3 creation players in Europe. He is phenomenal. He absolutely destroys the left-hand side of the park, and he would cause mega problems for any player that he comes up against. Yes, he doesn't have Premier League experience. However, he is definitely more than capable of stepping up to the plate in the Premier League for West Ham. Champions League football with Frankfurt, Champions League football with another club, Europa League conference with West Ham, Premier League football with West Ham. It's about weighing it up, doubling his salary. It's about weighing him up. Do you believe in the project that David Moyes is selling to you? Again, it's about weighing it up. So I wonder what will happen when it comes to this one. Leave your comments in the comments section, of course. I'm going to move on in a second, but there are plenty of people in the chat, so I'll jump through the chat and see what everyone is saying. Happy Amaret, good morning to you. Hope you're keeping safe and well as per usual. Mick Anderson's in the house. Good morning to you, mate. Barry Clark, I'm okay. Thank you very much, mate. Yep, I'm good. Keeping well. Yes, I noticed. We've got a few more, though, coming. Don't worry. There's going to be loads more coming up there as well. Dan, moderating Anton's Furnishings too. Great work. Absolutely. Good work to Arthur. He isn't good enough for how we've progressed. At last, I won't be heartbroken. It's a year loan, isn't it? Apparently so, with an option to buy for Masuaku. Yep, you're agreeing that as well. The Hazard, I want Cornet, suits our style more. I think he's a quality player. I think either way, with Kostic or Cornet, I think we're getting someone who is advancing our squad dramatically, and I think they're definitely going to help. But Kostic is at the top of his game. Cornet's got a long way to go, but it's close. But Kostic is at the top of his game, and he could transform our left-hand side 100%. Football Memes of the Month, Cornet. What time is the playoff draw? Well, we're going to go live around 12:45. So join us around then, and we'll give you all that information as well. Happy is saying, I can see it being Cornet and coming now. Age is on his side too, but Kostic would have been a better player for us, in opinion. Don't want someone who's being forced, so it's Cornet for me. I get that, but he is more than entitled to do what he's doing. He might not even move because he's got a year left in his contract, and he could be in a better negotiation stage if he stays and sees out his contract and has Champions League experience under his belt. But his age might define what he wants to do. The Hazard and Flynn Downs will be able to do banging set pieces, but nobody talks about it. Absolutely. Yep, it's 1 p.m. What position will we finish this season? Good question. Hopefully this week we'll be doing a couple of shows about our predictions for the up-and-coming season, so stay tuned for that. Ralph is saying 10th with this squad at the moment. I don't agree with you, Ralph. I really don't. I know we need to strengthen, but I think we've got enough there. I mean, there is quality players in our squad. Absolutely. I don't doubt that for a second. I've missed the football so bad. Can't wait till Sunday. We'll likely get up to Stratford early doors because I'm too excited. Happy. I wish I could be joining you. I got my season ticket through the other day. However, I've had to use the current club setup and forward it to a friend. I won't be able to go, so be a bit disappointed. Spot on. Really concerned with the left back position. I'm happy with winning the Europa League Conference League. Andy is saying it's odd. I thought Cornet would be able to talk to anyone who bid the selling limit when it said it'd be down for him to choose, with the bid more being on the side of personal terms. We're going to be a bottle job in Europa Conference League. Good morning, all you hammers from Richard. Morning, all from Garino. I'm not. I've just obviously said that to you there. Happy, I'm gutted, but you will see me. Don't you worry. Not this weekend though. Kostic left wing back next season. West Ham, great crossing, absolutely, and creating more opportunities for any of the players up front. It baffles me he can play left back and a striker. It's madness, isn't it? It's absolutely madness. But I think what Burnley have unearthed is a player that's very unique and can cross over many different positions in that squad and can cover and can play very well in all of those roles. Morning, Garino. We got nothing out of the two. Everyone wants to see Kostic at West Ham, as do I. His Champions League campaign won't be a long one, I'm sure, so he might as well join our massive club. That's the way I see it, Happy, as well. And if we sign Kostic, West Ham are massive. Exactly. Kostic would be first choice, but we can't risk missing out on Cornet because our focus is on Kostic, should then still turn us down. Absolutely. Everywhere we go, give the channel a little like, please. People, please do if you can. Crosshammer, I was thinking the same. Happy. Good morning, everyone. Corey has Premier League experience. He does, and that absolutely does add value to a player coming in to the squad. Barry, this Kostic thing started to look a little bit like the Lingard situation. Don't know. I think we'll find out over the next couple of days what the real situation is with that as well. If Kostic joins us, he'll end in tears. He will not cut the mustard. Top of the morning to you. Garino, read yesterday, we and Newcastle have bids for Cornet. Kostic ain't feeling the love from West Ham United as he wants to be made to feel special. I don't know. We've got to be careful what we actually read about those situations as well. I think we're trying to push the Kostic deal, so I think we should make our move for Cornet, his Premier League experience. Right, I'll move on to the next part of the show because there is plenty more to get through, and I'll try and come back onto the comments as well. And that is, apparently, we're still in the market for Onana. Is Onana the real deal? Now, Sky Sports and several reports are saying that talks are ongoing, and it's claimed that the current hold-ups around the fee and the payment structure. So apparently the player is ready to rock and roll and wants the move to West Ham. It's just now down to the fee and how West Ham will pay that over the term. But there is strong hope that the deal can be reached before the window shuts on September the 1st. So this one could go on a bit longer. But he is a 6'5" absolute engine in the middle of the park. And he's known for his stamina and his athletic qualities. And that he is, in theory, made for English football. And he will provide massive amount of competition in midfield for Tommy Soucek and Declan Rice, which is going to be fantastic because that's what you want, especially with the amount of games that are played. And in 32 League One games last term, Onana averaged 1.5 tackles and 1 interception per game as well. And now a fee of around 35 to 40 million would appear to represent good business for West Ham because Onana is regarded as one of Belgium's top young talents. And he did, of course, make his first senior appearance for his country against Holland back in June. I love this guy. I think he's going to be, you know, the athletic, just box to box, never say die. If you watch any of his games when he plays for Lille, when he goes in for a tackle and let's say he gets the ball and he rolls over, he is up like a shot and he's challenging and pressing down that team and causing them problems. And I think he's really going to add a huge amount of value to West Ham's midfield. So happy days if we bring him in. And I don't think this spells the end for Soucek. You have got three, if we bring him in, three real quality midfield players with Flynn Downs coming through the ranks in the backup. And that's you replaced. And you can't say to me that isn't an upgrade if we do bring Onana in from Noble and Kroll as well. It absolutely is 100%. Now, next one to move on to is this long reported saga as well, ZIELINSKI. Now, Napoli are reportedly expecting West Ham to come back in with an approved offer for Piotr ZIELINSKI this summer. The Poland international is an integral part of the Napoli squad. He made 35 appearances last season, scored 6 and assisting 5. And now West Ham are looking to go back in to tempt the attacking-minded midfielder away as we look to improve our squad. Now, that's according to several reports that West Ham have made a €40 million offer for ZIELINSKI. And the report also adds that the player is looking for around $5.5 million a year on a 4-year contract. Now, it is believed that the player did reject a move to West Ham on numerous occasions already this summer. And the reason for this is that we have apparently failed to match the valuation that he believes he deserves. Now, things like that, I don't like to hear. But this player is 28 years old, so he's going to be looking for the best contract he possibly can get. And we have to be mindful of that as well. But the report says that Napoli are concerned and they cannot reject another offer of West Ham when we come in to do it. Therefore, the last remaining hurdle is about convincing ZIELINSKI to make the switch. Now, he is expected to leave Napoli this summer, and Napoli will use the money to improve their squad and get more squad depth. But whether West Ham can tempt ZIELINSKI to come from Napoli to West Ham is another question. But the report says that there's been lots of negotiations with him, and ZIELINSKI's agents are up for the move. Whether that's true, I don't know. But should ZIELINSKI make the switch to West Ham, he would add some much strong competition to the attackers behind the lone striker. Under Moyes' 4-2-3-1 formation, the same way that Napoli lined up last season, Lanzini was the main option in the centre attacking midfielder role. Sorry, Happy. But ZIELINSKI would offer great competition to Lanzini and also offer good squad rotation during that hectic playing saga that you have when you play European competition. He has great domestic and Champions League football experience, and he'd be great use to the club. And if we can get the best of him, then we, I think, could really push for a higher European slot, because this player is a baller, and I think under the right manager can go places and can help take a club to high places as well. Now, it seems to be that the decision lies between West Ham, whether we go in and make that offer, and ZIELINSKI, whether or not he wants to accept that offer and come to England as well. So keep your comments coming in and tell me what your thoughts are on ZIELINSKI. Now, the last bit of news that I am bringing to you today, and remember, I will be back about 1:45 to give you the live draw as well, is on this player, Mipu Odubiku, who's been linked with a move away from West Ham this summer. Now, several reports are saying that he's set to move on a permanent deal or a loan before the end of the transfer window. The 19-year-old has really struggled to make an impact on the first team, and even though he's only made 2 first-team appearances, and those appearances came in the FA Cup in 2021, playing 1 minute against Stockport County, and then 58 minutes against Manchester United. We can't forget that, where he was subbed on and subbed off, and probably just shot his confidence dramatically. Now, he has gone on loan to Huddersfield Town and Doncaster Rover, while he's also played for the Republic of Ireland level, under 21 level. Now, he hasn't been involved in West Ham's pre-season because of an injury sustained earlier in the summer, but he is now set to be ready for a move out of the club. He does have a contract with us until 2023, so it feels as though this season might be his last chance to prove his worth, maybe, if he does stick around at West Ham, but I could probably see the young lad leaving. What do you think? Harsh, but, you know, realistically, how are you going to get an opportunity in this current West Ham team when you've got the likes of Skamaka, Antonio, Okoflex, and if we do bring in another attacking options, it's going to be tougher for these guys as well. So let me jump into the rest of the comments, see what everyone else is saying. Onana, we are trying to push hard to sign him, and he's only 20 years old, so the future Onana will be good, so he'll have potential. Happy is saying Onana would be a great signing, will really improve us for sure. Quality signing. Fee and payment structure. Hello, Mr. Sullivan. It's right up his street, isn't it? It is right up his street. It's frustrating that sometimes is what holds us back, but that is just the West Ham way. That's the only way that we can say it. So I'm just trying to sort something out on my computer here. Where are we? People are saying signing Cornet would be a big scoop. I think he would. I do think he would be a great signing, to be honest with you, Peter. I really do. I think he'd be a fantastic signing. Time to say goodbye to Odubiku. Absolutely. Agree with that. No Mingard dragging out the scenario again. Ask them, move on. The cat, once again, it never ends well when you are forcing or tempting a strong arm players to join the club. If Lucas can't convince him, move on. I think we have to also be mindful, though, of, even though I'm reporting the news, that we don't really know what actually goes on behind the scenes as well. Where are we? ZIELINSKI is a real good player. Make his role a playmaker in the squad. Stint will make West Ham squad department great. So bring ZIELINSKI his Champions League experience from Charlie. West Ham transfers are like war and peace. Morning all from Jimmy. Good to see you, mate. Are we going to be the tallest team in Premier League history? Well, I'll tell you what, if we bring in Onana, then we're definitely on the way there. On the way there as well, definitely. Where are we? Jimmy is saying, sign them all. Absolutely. Butcher Big Balls, when is the agent not up for the players moving and then getting a payday? Absolutely. No, it might not be the end for Coventry, because we could play Coventry and Downs for Conference League and play 3 midfield. I don't think Moyes will do that. Remember the amount of times he played a strong team in all the early rounds of the Europa League. So Rice and Souček will be wanting to get as much game time as they want. Mark, still no pace. We are so pedestrian, but if you bring in some of these players that we are talking about, there is pace there in abundance, and I think most of them do have the pace as well. Left back. We need a left back to help the team. If we don't get left back, he will not have a wonderful dream. Can hear you singing that in the stadium. Sorry, don't see Kostic or ZIELINSKI coming. Too many demands and attributes to get rid of. Cornet and Onana will do us. Lanzini doesn't have to worry about his position. He's amazing. I do love a bit of Lanzini, though. Don't you worry, Happy. Don't you worry. Moyes and the club need to put a time limit on Kostic and ZIELINSKI deals. If no deal by the end of this week, move on. Where are we? Can't stand in players' way let them move on. What have I missed? What have we signed, Howard? We haven't signed anyone yet, but we will. Don't worry about that. Have the faith. Duke's in the house. Hope you're keeping well, Duke. If you don't know already, Duke and Gatesy have got a channel called Force from Iron, so go and check them out and hit the subscribe button there. Unfortunately, I don't think he has what it takes. Trouble for game time, went out on loan last season. The Hazard, if we got Onana, there's no point keeping Rice, and I know people will kill me for saying this, but if we get a payout from Rice and have Onana and Souček instead of Vincent midfielder, it will be mad. I think we're going to need the 3. I really do. I really, really, really do. Get the sloth off of the transfer dealings. You can say that again. No, I have not heard from Butcher, unless he's changed his name, Happy, and he's working behind the scenes, then you never, ever know. Charlie Bolton, I think Onana is the player who's box-to-box player, set pieces, our team, and he'll be massive and strong. Kieran's in the house. Hope you are well, mate. The cat is saying Odubiku has even slipped behind Mumbama. Unfortunately, he hasn't developed as he should have, including poor loan spells. Give Odubiku a chance to develop elsewhere. I can see that happening, if I'm being honest with you as well. Hope Coventry goes out on loan for the season for the Championship. He looks so good at the MK Dons. Would be a mistake to sell him. Sign-in, good to see you. Absolutely. Jonathan Wood, anyone who would have to negotiate, who doesn't want to play with our team. I get that. Absolutely. I get that. Courtney did well last year considering he was playing for a predictable, ineffective team. That's the thing. When you are playing for a team, a struggling team like Burnley, to get the amount of goals and outputs that he did, but also to defend to the level that he did, then that is huge. But I have the faith that we're going to be more signings coming in this week, or one signing in this week, and maybe 1 or 2 signing ins the following week. But I've got the faith with 4 weeks to go that we're going to bring in a minimum of 3 players. I can see Onana coming over the line. I can see one of Cornet or Kostic, and I really hope it is Kostic personally coming in over the line. And I'm not sure about the third player. Hopefully it's someone we haven't heard of and we'll be talking about over the coming days. Now, listen, join me at 1:45, I think it is, for the live draw. Remember, West Ham are in the... We're going to find out who our potential opponents will be. I'll talk to you more about it when, of course, the draw takes place. I've got a full explainer. It explains everything about where West Ham will be playing, when we'll be playing, you name it. So come and join us at 1:45, where I will be giving you an update on the Europa League Conference playoff draw. God, that's a tongue twister and a half. So join me then, and I'll see you around. Stay safe. If you are new around here, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. Of course, hit the thumbs up. And of course, if you're interested in becoming a channel member, then do that also. And like we always say, come on, you Irons.
It's like a family tree, part of you.